Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. This is Like Father, Like Son, where we are not role models, but real models. This isn't role play, this is role play. And today we're here to start off with a monthly agenda for July, where we're going to be doing each month. We're going to talk on different segments where we can practically talk on, help on, and give an audience. So for you guys, this is the month of self-reflection and
pause. Yeah, because most people reset in January at the end or the beginning of the year.
Okay.
We don't. We reset June, 6 months, halfway through. Continue. I just wanted to add that little.
Okay. Yeah? So we are approaching the 6th month. We're in the 6th month actually, right? Which means it gives us this month and 5 more months left of the year. It's not long. But I think it's good for the audience and you guys to know that reflection is a must. And that's why we named this month. July is the month of self-reflection and reset. And what we've got in between, just to let you guys know, it'll be on reflect, realignment, reset, refocus, and recommit. Why? Because there's times where we have to evaluate where we have come from to where we're going and understand, are we on course to where we wanted to go from the start as well.
Yeah, let's just go straight in, dive straight in.
Paul,
go
on.
We'll just dive straight in. Be honest, yeah?
We'll flow.
Is there anything that you would set out to do, achieve, or start that you haven't done yet?
And this is for in general where I'm at in life at the moment, yeah?
Well, in January you might have put certain targets in or New Year's resolutions. As I said, most people start their reset in January, but for us, you know, we chop it down into halves, yeah? So everyone, myself, yourself, we would have said to ourselves in our heads out loud that this is what I intend to do. So
I think for me, I want to push for qualifications though. I think at my point where I'm doing one in my career, I'm currently in real estate, just to let you guys know, and I'm approaching 25. And like I said it to you and I said it to a few people that my goal is to be 25 and have 25k saved in assets, right?
Bookmark. We're gonna come back.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna hold me accountable. Accountability is growth. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking, cool. As I'm looking for that sale and where I'm going, obviously I'm in the sales industry, which is great. But if I want to level up in the sales, especially being in the UK, I know I would need a qualification just to get in a certain area. So for me, I've been thinking, cool, I need to start this qualification. Bear in mind, I haven't done education in a minute. I didn't go uni, so I ain't done it in a minute. So as we've got the brand going on, I've been editing, learning how to edit, just self-educate myself. But I've been really putting it aside. And I said to myself, I've got till October to do this. Like, my company has given me an opportunity to start from March, complete the course and be done and have my exam by October. I haven't started, but I said to myself, this Saturday, so funny, this Saturday, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to do some editing of what we're going to put out. But my main thing is qualification, because there's an alignment for me that I put in place around the right network that can actually get me through doors. But it takes me to go down that direction and go through the phases of qualifications, experience, promotion, to make these things happen for the latter end of my 20s. So yeah, that's one thing I can definitely say that I've been pushing back on, but it will be done.
Good. I'm glad you was able to own that.
For yourself, do you set goals?
Yes and no. Yes and no, but I don't really, like, you see, like in January or the end of December when everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna do this for the new year, and then they drop off. I don't. I kind of like bookmark them in my head, and then as we approach January, mid-January, I then say, right, I'm gonna jump on this. So I had a thought around what we're doing here now, and thought, we gotta get behind the camera. And then I thought to myself, what is it that we're doing? Yeah, and I didn't really understand it in the time, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna continue to put myself in an uncomfortable situation.
So that was your January, one of your January goals.
One of my January goals, yes. If it wasn't for when we went to the Spotify, I would probably be here saying to you, do you know what, I haven't achieved. So
it's aligning.
Yeah, it's coming together because I was so comfortable in that space, and you know, life, you just continue. Like, it's not that I didn't know if there was a purpose, but it hadn't They hadn't sold.
Come through. So it was an event thing.
That moment, that push through was more like pushing the ceiling for me. But without that, I would have been here saying to you, boy, I said I was going to do this and I didn't. But
it's good to be accountable. I was going to ask, for millennials now, do you feel like millennials, let's just talk on men, do you feel like you guys reflect a lot? Not even year or half year, but just in general, like, do you feel like you guys reflect?
I'll just be cutthroat, yeah. I don't think we reflect enough. Yeah, I don't think we reflect enough. And the reason why I say that is because some people think reflecting is, just remembering the positives. Yeah. Sometimes you have to take a moment, and I've started doing this like within the last 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks, where you just remove the noise, the surroundings, the social medias and all these things. And it's just me and the weather, I suppose, and just staring into space. But when I say reflecting, it's actually thinking back on what has done or what you haven't done, what you still need to do. Are you mentally in tune with what's going on within yourself, your body, your mind, everything else around you? But I don't think, actually I know, and I'll speak for myself as well as my generation, we don't reflect enough. We're just constantly on this this cycle of just continuously going next thing. You get a moment and it's sleep, unconsciousness.
Okay, so you said there was a problem that you've just brought up. Where would you say, looking at a Gen Z for a millennial, son to father, where do you think the problem can be solved in your side? So you're saying you guys are keep going, you keep pushing, you don't look, you don't reflect enough. Where's the solution now for guys in the millennials, I'd say plus 35-ish, to actually do better and reflect? Because you're never too old to not reflect on life. How do we do it?
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's your surroundings. I think it's who you're around. Like, instead of the fun times and the unconscious fun behaviors that we're doing, if we're around people, positive people, good people, whether it be sons, daughters, elders, youngers, like, you will be checking in on yourself, or it will cause you to want to think about certain things. So being in this space where I've had to ask myself if I want to make an impact, if what we are doing is really coming from within, or is it something that we're just trying? And when I was able to answer these questions that I've asked myself, so you know what, reflection has its purpose. And if we can do it within ourselves, but by surrounding ourselves with other people, we do a lot of moving in secret, not telling anybody what we're going through or what we're doing, or that we need space, or I need a moment. Yeah, like there was a moment where we had a conversation and you checked in and was like, listen, before we agree on this, like, just check in with yourself if you really are in a position mentally to put this forward.
But I think even just to cut with that, how I work is that if I'm running with unity, I like to observe who I'm working with. I need to know your strengths and your weaknesses, because I'm a person where I like to execute, but I have to understand executing selfishly cannot work for the body of what's going on, right? So the reason I send it to you is because it's like, reflect where you are, because the room we're about to get into, you guys will know soon, by you guys you will see, but the room we're about to get into, if our characters are not where we need to be yet, we can't be focusing too much on the destination. Because the destination, yes, we want to grow and impact, but if the impact is not within, then how are we ready to hit the next level? Because we want to do well and we want to help people, but help comes within. That means we're actually shying away from the truth, but people need the truth of where we're going. So that's why I asked. So for yourself, you're saying your associations are very important for the millennials. If we associate ourselves well, it will open doors for you to reflect more and be open and true to yourself to become better.
Yeah, if you surround yourself with true, positive influence around you, whether that be you, my son, my dad, a stranger, a colleague, a manager, like everyone has to assess their own capabilities and what they're willing to give as well as receive. It's not just a take. Yeah. So you could have just, right, Dad, we're ready to do this.
Yeah.
But as you said, look, just check in. And I appreciate that. I'm doing that with, others. I'm saying, yo.
That's the goal, though. It's supposed to go to one and disperse.
Right.
That's the goal.
Right, but because I think my generation has done so much in an enclosed space, we're not sharing enough, especially our vulnerabilities. We're not facing what is uncomfortable and operating on these outskirts. So we're not reflecting. We're just scooting in the middle, in the comfort. Nah, I'm good. And you check in. I'm ready. What are you talking about? Of course I'm ready. I stay ready. I'm lying to myself.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but when you've got true people around you that can actually, it's like a prompt when someone just digs you and say, hey,
what's going on?
You sure you're alright?
And I'm with 100%.
And you can double back and think, hold on, actually, there must have been a reason why you understand? So like whether it's young or old, and that's why I keep saying that iron sharpens iron, and I said,
Proverbs
and just because I'm of this age, that don't mean
scripture. Go on.
Just because I'm of this age, don't mean I can't learn or pick up something that can help or benefit me going forward. And let's just say, the teaching, obviously majority of the teaching comes from the adult or the parent, but I'm not going to be ignorant to think that there's some ways and behaviors and discussions that I can take on and adapt and learn from as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the son's teaching the dad. It's as I said, it's an iron sharpen iron. So whether that be within your friendship circles or my friendship circles, whether that be
even
within
in
your
that
relationship.
Iron sharpens iron is a serious scripture, because you can say sharp, but how sharp are your friends? Because your friend's supposed to sharp, but it's supposed to cut, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's a knife that's blunt, then it's not gonna. So that means if your association, that scripture is so deep. You gotta understand, if your association is well, are you able to be sharpened? Another word, sharpened, corrected in the right position to get to where you need to get to. Because if you're only on a blend, if it's cutting from a blend, that means the conversations and the intentions will not hit as well for you to become better. So for yourself, okay, as a millennial, you guys, as it's been said from my dad, as a millennial,
you need to reflect.
Your reflection comes with association. So if I was to say one thing, check on your people around you. How are they helping me? Have they caused me to think about uncomfortable things? Say uncomfortable things. Be around uncomfortable conversations, because if you always got friends that say yes to you, that's not a right friend. That's just a yes man. But you don't want yes men. You want men to actually push you to be better. And that's who I am. Like, I like to push people, because people are pushing me and I like it. But that's what I said. When we receive, we disperse. If we get a certain way that works for us, try help it to another person. So I think it's hard to reflect, because we're in a generation where we move very fast. Very, very fast. Like, social media brings more fastness of, do you have this car? Do you have this job? Do you have this house? Do you have this holiday? Do you have this amount of money? Like, I need to get. And for me, how I work is, the more you reflect, and I'm going to get into how I reflect, but the more you reflect and see where you have come from, it gives you gratitude and confidence to where you're going. And there's one thing I do as well, is that I do prayer points at the start of every year of what I've done. I've done this from 2024 into 2025. And I wrote like 20, I think it was 20 or 21. It was something like that. And I remember I hit like 85% of my prayer points. So at the end of the year, I cut it up, I put it in an envelope, and then from the envelope, I'll literally disperse at the end of the year and say, cool, what have I ticked and what have I not? And that built confidence. Okay, cool, this thing can happen. This thing can go ahead, but it's about being intentional. So that's one thing. Journaling. Another thing I do is that I actually set goals of the year. What do I want to achieve? So one of my achievements for the year is the year. Yours was being in uncomfortable situations. Mine was being visible. This is my time to arise. Like, and that's why your circle is important. So much people say to me, like, you've got it in you. And I didn't doubt confidence. I just thinking it just wasn't my time yet. Like, personally, some people said you do it. You said 2 years ago. I remember when I jumped to pod 2 years ago, they said, oh, put yourself out there. But I just didn't. And now I know that this is my year of being visible. Even with the brand, like, we have to be as much visible as we are. And that's why I said, like, how open are you about your brand? Do you have the brand in your mouth? Like, are you speaking about it? So I do that. I set a year goal, even with financially, even with spiritually, even with friendships, even with things that hobbies and hobbits that I want to do. It's things that go that, and then go backwards. Like, okay, this is the 6th month of the year. Where am I now? This is the 8th, 9th month. Where am I? And then go into quarterly. So I'm a bit more strategical on what's the overall point. Okay, it's my year of rising. What does that mean? In so much ways of rising financially, rising at work and maybe promotions, rising in small things that I might be weak on to become better, and then work down. So that's the second thing. And the last thing is, or what I like to do to reflect is I go on holidays where I'll do a solo, or I'll go with someone that's quite like-minded, that I just need to reflect. I need silent time. There'll be times I don't want to speak to you, not in a rude way, but I just need to capture my thoughts. Because even when we're on a holiday, holidays for rest, but we're still on the go. So it's about being intentional of where can I spend more time. Like, I reflect in the mornings. Like, if I can get up, I even got a diary that shows from 5 a.m. to I think 12 p.m. obviously end of day. And in a little box I got, it says anything, and I put what have I done, or what have I learnt new today, or what have I grown in a certain way. So that's another way where I reflect as well. So there's different techniques of what I do, and hopefully that could help you and bless you. Where now in the 6th month, ask yourself, for this year, what have I done? Oh, sorry, another one as well. Document every achievement. Small wins builds strong momentum to success. So a little thing, you might have been like, okay, cool, I know how to put up a wardrobe. It's an achievement. Okay, cool, I managed to save £200. It's an achievement. Okay, cool, I managed to budget throughout the month a certain amount and I didn't go over it. It's an achievement. Like, even small things, being able to smile in the morning or do 10 push-ups for 7 days straight, it's an achievement. And the more you write those things down, the longer the list is, the longer you think, you know what, I've grown. We're learning. Listen, we're not on hitting the followers. We just want to impact one person. Like, I ask my God, if we impact one person, one father-son relationship, one couple, one family, one network, then it's a more fulfilling thing to us.